Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, man. Check this out, man. I saw a few people's videos in regards to Bernard Hopkins, being a sore loser and shit. Here's the thing, man. Why is everybody shocked about this? Saying that they disappointed Bernard Hopkins. Bernard Hopkins got a history of doing this shit. Don't y'all remember the Chad Dawson fight where he faked the knee injury and shit? And the referee saw he was bullshitting, and he said, well, if you don't get up, I'm about to call it a knockout. And they gave Chad Dawson a knockout, and Bernard Hopkins got it overturned to a no decision. But he ended up losing the second fight anyway, because you could clearly see that Chad Dawson was outboxing Bernard Hopkins, and Bernard Hopkins kind of was looking for a way out of that fight. So he sort of like faked the injury, and to this day, I believe Bernard Hopkins was full of shit and he wasn't hurt. He just wanted a way out of that Chad Dawson fight because he thought Chad Dawson was going to destroy him. And then in the second fight, he ended up losing. Bernard Hopkins always makes excuses when he loses a fight. Or, he thinks he's won every fight. The only fight he said that he thought he lost was to Roy Jones Jr. Now some of the fights was questionable. I thought the Joe Calzaghe fight could have went either way. But as usual, Bernard Hopkins just didn't do enough. He didn't do enough to seize that fight and secure the fight. So he ended up letting Joe Calzaghe steal rounds from him. And that's how he ended up losing that fight to a split decision. Because it was a very close fight. Very close. Jermaine Taylor, I thought Jermaine Taylor beat him twice. Some people dispute that Jermaine Taylor won either fight. I thought Jermaine Taylor won both fights. Then, let's get to the shit that happened yesterday. How the fuck you land on your back, but you hurt your knee? And you wanted it a no contest. I would respect Bernard Hopkins more if he just says, you know what? He was the better man. I wanted to win my last fight, but unfortunately, he got me. And just call it a day. You got TKO'd anyway. They called it a TKO, so you might as well have just accepted your law like a man. But Bernard Hopkins got a history of doing this shit. It was kind of some sucker shit what he did, though. I mean, he always came up with excuses. Just like the other dude. Just like Oscar was known for doing that shit. Always making excuses when he lose a fight and shit. Talking about his diet and all. I always had excuse. It never would congratulate his opponent. So that's why I don't respect either one of them dudes. Them two dudes deserve each other. So, I mean, it is what it is. But like I said, as far as Bernard Hopkins go, man, Bernard Hopkins, man, he should just accept the fact that he lost, man. I know he wanted to go out with a bang, but, well, he did go out with a bang. He got his ass banged through the ring and shit. Now, it's debatable on whether Joe Smith should have been disqualified because he did technically hit Bernard Hopkins when he was down and knock him through the ring. So that's debatable. But at the end of the day, they called it a TKO. So it is what it is with Bernard Hopkins, man. I'm out.